base. So here we go with part 3 of our video tour of our base. This is Alpha 5, and we're about 273 days into survival mode. Again, we have outside, we have our garden areas with blueberries, berry bushes, our corn, and we have potatoes on the other side, right here. Just for some food. We have water sources, so when we create glass jars, we really never ever have to leave the base. We will never grow hungry because there's always food to grow, and as long as that we can create the glass jars with some with some items, we will never have to actually leave the base. But yeah, so and here we just created this as a petting zoo. Boy, there's a ton of zombies out there. But this is the petting zoo that we created, and we put some stags in there with their drinking area and their food, grass, which gives it a kind of cool little look. Let me shoot some of these guys here. There, now we can be in quiet again. So yeah, the petting zoo, kind of an overview of the base here. We see in the distance the two towers. Again, the towers are pretty much the main focal point of the map. They're both identical towers, 48 stories tall. 192 blocks from the ground vertically. That's as high as the game will allow you to build, is 194 blocks. Deal with this guy here. And so further we have also two bridges. They were originally designed to make quick travel from the base over to the mainland without being slowed down by water. But soon we kind of figured out there was a way to entrap zombies, like funnel them through here. As you can see, there's a glass floor with spikes on the bottom there. Zombies will come funneling through here and simply die by the time they walk all the way down. And those lone survivors that make it to the end, we just shoot them in the head. Easy. That's kind of a neat little contraption. Other than that, we just have another bridge. We double them. We call them the Zombie-O-Matics 2000 and 4000. This one has a wooden floor, the other one has a glass floor, so the glass one is the more updated one. There's two sky bridges spanning between both towers. Originally the plan was to make 6 of them at so many, intervals on the way up, but Alpha 6 updates so close that I'm not going to bother with such a grand project. So I kind of just left that be. Let's see, what else do we have here? Otherwise, it's just more of the same, just from different angles. Maybe I should just give a kind of a pan around from like halfway up in the tower. And then that will basically conclude this Alpha 5 map, which has grown into quite a large base. Yeah, here we go. And on this walkway I also created kind of a glass enclosure, which adds kind of, visually to the whole thing. It's interesting. at this point, this base has nothing to do with just trying to survive the game. It's just all luxury. There's no reason to. We don't fear anything now anymore. We're just trying to make the best, coolest base possible. So this is kind of the footprint of the entire surrounding of the base. As you can see, all the trees are gone. All the trees are harvested and put into this base, mainly the towers. Same goes for over there. All the trees are gone. All harvested for the bridge, the towers, everything else. A lot of stuff here is made of wood because wood is the easiest and cheapest type of resource to gather. However, trees do not grow back. So this map, being that we're in day 273 now, resources become extremely scarce as this map continues on. As you can imagine, all the trees, as dense as they are there, that's what it was everywhere. But eventually we're just taking away all the trees from everywhere because wood is pretty much the easiest and cheapest go-to resource there is in the game right now. It's not very strong, but you can build with it some fantastic structures. And the reason why everything else is made of wood on the inside of the base is because on the outside we've already fortified the entire perimeter with reinforced concrete. So really it's totally safe. There's just no reason to fear anything. And every now and then we'll have guys, or myself or one of the other guys, will do perimeter checks to make sure there's no cracks in the outer area. And if there are, we just take our repair tool like this and we just fix it. So really at this point, the game has become trivial. Even at day 273, there is nothing here that we would actually fear. There's nothing that would get us except the occasional random and annoying hornets, which we just deal with by shooting it in the face like this. That's basically all we do. And I guess what I can do is, just for the fun, I'm just going to climb up to the top, unload my belt, and jump off just to get the effect of how high this tower really is. It's 48 stories. So naturally it's a long climb. And as you can see, the white area signifies that we're breaking through the cloud area of the game, the cloud layer. So now we've so-called broken through the cloud layer. So when we get to the top and we look down, we won't be able to see a lot because it's all clouds, so it's all kind of washed out because we are poking through the cloud level here in the game. So this is the highest point of entry in the game possible. There's no way to build any higher than 2 additional blocks high. This level up here is 194 blocks from the ground. So, and this is our little jumping hole that we usually jump through. And as you can see, you can't see anything because we're in the clouds. The only thing you can see is the other tower. And so there you have it. And let me unload my belt, because sometimes you die, sometimes you don't when you jump, but I don't want to lose my stuff and have to find it everywhere on the ground. There is a bug in the game that if you jump, but you look straight at your feet, you oftentimes survive the jump, no matter how high. But sometimes you don't, so it's just very random. So here goes. I will jump down this hole at 48 stories tall, or 192 blocks up in the sky, and we'll see what happens. And here we go, and I'm gonna be like a little kid, and here we go. Whee! Oh no, I'm gonna die. See, here is where, even though you're looking down at your feet, you don't survive. So that was one of the random times that you just died. Sometimes you will survive it. It just depends. The game's kind of finicky. And so, yeah, that's kind of how the base looks. On back here, and let me see, there's another area that we were working on here, back in here, and I don't know that we're ever going to complete this, but it's kind of like a maze of different room areas. Deep here in the ground. The stairs down all the way down to the bedrock. Bedrock signifies the lowest point in the game that you can dig to, which is signified by its speckled blue color of the ground here. This is called the bedrock. So if you take your pickaxe, of course, on the bedrock, seeing that this is the lowest point in the game that you can possibly build at, you won't be able to wreck this, because this blue speckled floor is considered the end of the game depth-wise, as far down as you go in the depth. So I don't know what we were planning here, what this room is for, but we have some other areas, a big cavern stuff. I don't know what it was for, not sure. I think a lot of this was just because we had to mine stone, and we just came here to just get all the stone we could find without destroying the rest of our base, or risking collapse underground that's too close to the base. Here, see, we have another alcove down in there. We just have all kinds of little holes and little nooks and crannies from harvesting stone and other materials. Hey, I've not seen this one. Where does this go? That's interesting. Let me take this out so I can get in there. I wonder what this is. It's another little tunnel that leads somewhere, I don't know. Oh, that's it. That's all that was. Sometimes we just have random tunnels because we were just using the auger just to get stone. So there's just a spider web of all kinds of little tunnels and everything as we're just trying to dig for stone and other resources. I have no idea what's in here. I'm afraid to go down some of these because I don't know if it's gonna like drop off and be my death or not, but no, it looks like this is just another hole that was dug out for getting stone. So yeah, this is pretty much the walkthrough of the entire base. Kind of one more time panning through the room. Sleeping quarters again. the welcome room with the computer desk and stuff. Jacuzzi room. And the refrigerator room where we keep our food, again. And this is pretty much the conclusion of our base. That's it. And as far as I'm concerned, of all the streams and all the other 7 Days to Die servers that I've seen, I have to say I've never seen a base of this magnitude with this much detail yet. And I'm hoping that in Alpha 6, maybe there'll be a ton more new resources to build, to gather, to create, and really make even more of an extravagant base than this already is, because seriously, I have never seen any other outstanding base like this, and I could not say that I did this all on my own, because we've had a couple guys in here that have added tremendous ideas to the whole thing, and it really added quite to the visual aspect of it. So thanks guys for watching. This was concluding part 3 of our Alpha 5 base in 7 Days to Die. And as sad as it is, this base will become obsolete with the release of Alpha 6. But this is just a video to capture what we made, what we created, and what we had fun with during the whole entire Alpha 5 stage, and I hope everyone has liked it, enjoyed it. And here's another view from the rear, from the other side of the tower. And that is it. So with that all said, I am signing off with this video. Have a great day, guys.